What up, everybody? It's your boy Avell did it back with another one. However you got here, whether you've already subscribed to the channel, whether I popped up on your news feed, whether somebody told you about me or checking me out for the first time. However you got here, it was meant for you to be here, so I appreciate it. Before I get started, if you can hit that like button and hit that subscribe button for the content. You did it? Cool. Shouts out to everybody who keep hitting that like button, that subscribe button, sharing the content. I truly, truly appreciate it. So, to y'all, I like to say thank you to every last one of y'all. I appreciate everybody. All right, let's get it up. Let's get it up. Who we got up right now? We got that boy Papoose and Remy Ma up right now. What? Yeah. So the last few days, well, I'm going to say the last few months, but the last few days has really been heating up now that the cat is fully out of the bag, that Papoose and Remy Ma are no longer and will not be together anymore. What? Yeah. Actually, let's give this that. Yeah, that's kind of messed up because I was rooting for Black Love. So we're going to have to boo that. But, you know, people go through things and sometimes their wings spread apart. And the latest we have is, for the first time, we had Papoose go online and actually vent to us his grievances with his soon-to-be ex-wife, Remy Ma. Now, the thing of it is, yeah, they're going through their stuff. Yeah, he's with Clarissa Shields. Yeah, Clarissa will beat the ish out of Remy. Yeah, we know all of that. But one thing that we didn't know is that Papoose was writing all of her raps. What? Yeah. She's been on numerous shows claiming that she 100% writes her raps and, you know, blah, 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 this, blah, 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 that. And I always had my suspicions because sometimes she would say some things and I'm like, ooh, that's something I know Papoose would say. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie, hands down, to me, he's top 3 MC of New York. Hands down, to me. He's in the top 3 as far as lyrics, knowing how to put words together, make it make sense, with style, everything. Papoose, to me, is gifted, and I put him, he's one of their top 3 lyricists to me. So you being married to him, why wouldn't he put the pen for you? You know what I'm saying? So let's read the article. It says Papoose claims he wrote 90% of Remy Ma's raps, including Conceited, and She Responds. What? Okay. It says Papoose hit back at estranged wife Remy Ma yesterday, May 22nd, after the Bronx rapper went live on Instagram claiming he couldn't afford to retain a lawyer for their divorce, has refused to pick up his belongings from her home, and is misleading the public due to his desire to look like the good guy amid their split. What? I mean, to be honest, I thought he was the good guy. He held her down while she was in jail. Apparently, he went and bought a condo close to the prison so he can go visit her. Not once a week, once every 2 weeks, but once every day. What? I mean, I honestly, if any women is watching this and, you know, God forbid you've been to prison, I want to know from y'all, I know the percentage of men going to visit women in jail is very low. Very low. It has to be. So for him to step up and do that for all of those years, whether he had a little something on the side or whatever. I mean, when people go to jail for that many years, you don't expect him to just not. But his main focus was her. And so that kind of threw me off. You know, he is a good guy for that. You know, not saying he's perfect, but yeah. It says in response, Pap did a live stream of his own, leveling accusations of repeated infidelity, claims that Remy tried to reunite with him just this week.
What?
And that he is the pen behind 90% of her raps.
What?
Yeah. So he's letting the cat out of the bag now. They're gonna get a little bit into why. I did watch his live, and I know why, but I want to read the article. Man, so that means if he wrote 90%, I wonder if that 90% included the diss track Shether. I wonder if that included that. I hope it don't, because I don't know what kind of relationship Papoose ever had with Nicki Minaj, because I've never heard him say anything bad about her, and I've never heard her say anything bad about Papoose. It's always been between Remy and Nicki. Now, I wonder if things would change, her feelings would change now that it's out there. I believe him. He wrote 90% of her songs, and if Shether was wrote by Papoose, I will be highly disappointed. I'm not gonna lie, because that's something he should have stayed out of and just let Remy handle that. It says she want to talk all this money talk and all of this, and what I don't got and what I got. Since I met her, I have written 90% of the rhymes that came out of her mouth. The Brooklyn rapper asserted, saying that he still has entire verses he's written for her saved in his iPhone. I can type in any word from one of her songs and her entire rap will come up. I never asked for a penny. I never asked for credit. She was my wife. I didn't want anything from her. I just wanted to see her win. Now, see, that does make sense. And to me, that goes to make sense to me again with when I was listening to Remy do her rant, and she was saying how, oh, I want the divorce done. I don't want anything from him, no money or nothing. Well, if he wrote 90% of your raps and you're the one getting paid for them, you shouldn't want nothing. I mean, it says, let's see here. It says, Pap later doubled down on the claim after a fan asked if he wrote Remy's 2006 hit Conceited, to which he responded, the answer is yes, I did. And I put this on my daughter life.
What?
Wow. So her hit song Conceited, he penned that. Wow. It says Remy responded to the claim within the TSR comment section, denying that Pap is behind her pen while leveling accusations that he's looking for a financial come up and previously wore and pawned her jewelry. He effing wish he trying to find a way to rightfully get money from me. That's why he hasn't signed the papers, because he wants money, she wrote. I paid for everything, and I mean everything. Bao was literally with his current come up wearing my jewelry. His probably in the pawn shop again. So what is it, Remy? Did he pawn it, or it might be in the pawn shop again? See, you kind of contradicting yourself there. I don't care what she say. As talented as Papoose is, and the way he just explained that now is believable. I mean, like he said, he was your husband. He wasn't looking for no money or nothing. He was just looking for you to win because you was his wife, period. And if he wrote these songs, it was up to you to accept it. It says Remy Ma also went live again after Pap accused her of wanting him back, reading text messages that exchanged the day before that indicate they never spoke of rekindling their romance, as Pap claimed. She also insisted that Pap has not consistently been around their daughter since last year. She also shared friendly texts they exchanged while Papoose was in Africa last month, alleging that he told current come up, I don't want to call her the current come up, Clarissa Shields, that she couldn't go due to not getting the proper shots when he simply didn't want her there. How does she know that? Remy just throwing fire in the pot right there. But no matter what Remy needs to understand, no matter what she says about Papoose, whether it's true or false, Clarissa ain't gonna believe you because you've already proven to, fabricate some stories. So she's not gonna believe you. That's her man too. She gonna stick by her man's side. But as far as the raps, I do believe that Papoose, okay, if we ain't gonna say 90%, we gonna say he at least penned 50% of what she did. I'm gonna say he did, because it was like, okay, her, certain style he used, I could see him penning her, and she taking it. She was in prison all them years. She come out of prison. Her pen game might not have been that strong. Now I'm questioning, who wrote the other 10%? Maybe in her mind, she figures if he writes it and she changed a few words here and there, she actually wrote it. Maybe that's what she thinking. They do have a article I seen where DJ Academics was thinking the same way I was thinking. The headline was Academics thinks that we should resurface the battle between Remy and Nicki Minaj, because, and I know why, and I'm thinking the same thing. As soon as I heard him say that, I'm like, wait a minute, did he write Shether? Somebody need to ask him that question. Did he write Shether? Because if he wrote Shether, it's non and void. It's non and void. But I bet you Shether was one of those songs I really, really, truly think, because of how well thought out it was, I bet you Papoose wrote that. And if he did, I wonder how Nicki's going to feel about that. I wonder how Nicki would feel. I don't know if her and Papoose ever had a relationship, or if they're like, cordial or whatever. But how would he feel? How would she feel knowing that Remy didn't even write that? Man. Another Drake. Another Drake, y'all. Man. But I want to know what y'all think down below. What is the percentage? Do you guys think that Remy Ma didn't write 90% of her raps? If you don't, what percentage of songs do you think Papoose wrote? 50, 90, 20? What do you think? Or do you think he didn't write at all? I think he did, but I want to know what y'all think down below, all right? That's all the time I got for this topic. Please make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And y'all already know I'm gonna be back with some more reaction videos, some more news. So I'm definitely gonna catch y'all on the next one, alright? Peace.